It's the last week of 2018 and it's been quite a memorable year for us on Eyewitness Report, having recorded some very interesting successes and a few unpleasant experiences. Well, we know that's what life is made up of. Today, we review some of the stories we treated in the course of the year with the intention of reminding relevant authorities that we're still keeping our eyes on those projects. I am Chris Laments. Welcome to Eyewitness Report. When we visited the llaje community in Bariga, Lagos, the first impression we got was that the community had suffered a great deal of neglect, which resulted in a poor state of infrastructure. Now, let's remind us of that story. This third road in the llaje area of Lagos State elicits a number of responses, one of which is that it symbolizes government presence. If curiosity takes you further down the road, you realize it leads to one of the poorest neighborhoods in Lagos, the Ogun Riverside community. The area still bears the mark of flood that has become a regular feature in the vicinity. Some houses have even been vacated and now occupied by green algae and waste dumps. The first issue that caught our attention is this building housing a classroom.
You understand? You see it should be growing higher and higher. Do you understand me? Yes.
It's kind of dingy with dilapidating structure, undulating floor. Yet the teachers say we met them in a very good condition, unlike what it was in the thick of the rainy season. A few pictures they shared threw light on what they meant.
To make the furniture so it can beautify it. Do you understand me? Yes.
We do go to their various homes because they have a place that they stay. It's like a wood built on top of water. So we go to their various homes, we bring them to school, and most of them, even in their houses, they still have water because there is a time like that that water used to flood the whole area. So once we start experiencing this, it's very, very difficult for the teachers and the students as well. Most of them will stay at home. Even inside their house, it's not even conducive for them. Sure you get, but we still have to go there and encourage them to come to school. Some of them will come without even wearing rain boots. They will come with their legs, and some of them will even fall inside the water. You understand? And this has been going on for so long. And we have been trying to see how we can get help for them.
For the locality, this school, as poor as it looks, is a lifesaver for the children whose parents could barely afford school fees or even food. Though it's a privately funded education center, the challenges are numerous.
I have the accreditation of 150 students that we cater for, both health, fooding, and education. You understand? But our only major problem, it is this water. When it's times like this that we are having challenges with the water, the students will stay at home. So we always do a thing that we'll go home to go and say well to them. We call it home visits, you understand, to ask them, and we ask the challenges that they are facing as well in the community, on which they do explain that it is the water. At times we do put on boots, you understand, to go and bring them to school.
The good news is that after the broadcast, someone renovated the school and now the children have a better learning environment. Next, we'll take you to ENUGU, where Ehamufu bridge and road got upgraded. Now, during our first broadcast, that road was a death trap, but it now wears a new look. It's a typical Eke market day in Ehamufu, Isuzo local government area of Enugu State. Aside from being known as one of the major agricultural hubs in the state, Ehamufu has become popular with the presence of the Federal College of Education and this rail line linking the southeast to the north. They've had to live with the absence of road infrastructure, evident in this dusty stretch and dilapidated bridge. A concern Channels Television reported in April 2017.
If the road is well built, it will attract the investors. People will come here to invest. People will come here to build industries. We can now get work. Like now, I'm a graduate, but I have not been working for more than 20 years now. This is pure water I'm going to sell to feed my children. It is because of this road. If there is good road here, people will like to come in. People will come and help us.
The cry of these residents and more who spoke on behalf of the people did not go unnoticed by the state governor, who visited in February 2018 to flag off the construction of the federal roads meant to be executed in 2 phases.
It is my great pleasure to be here today to flag off the rehabilitation / reconstruction of the very essential and strategic Ehamufu Kwara Road in issues of local government area of Enugu State. When I say rehabilitation, outside the 8.8 that we are going to reconstruct and asphalt, we are at the moment rehabilitating the rest of the road to Ikemu. This is a road with a very rich historical foundation, being one of the oldest designated federal roads in Nigeria. It was certainly one of the most prominent roads in the defunct Eastern region.
Prior to the flag-off, he ordered the maintenance of the dilapidated bridge, which now wears a better look, pending the construction of a new one.
After you people came, after the broadcast, the things changed. People were very, very happy. Like all the people that were around that day that you came, after the broadcast and the government's response on that situation made us very, very happy. We appreciate you people for the good work you have done.
On the second phase of the project, which starts from the bridge and terminates at the boundary between Enugu and Ebonyi states, the contractors are already mobilizing to site. With the daily road struggles of Ehamufu residents being alleviated, other aspects of their lives should also be considered for upgrade. We are keeping tabs on development there to ensure none of the project is abandoned. And in Ilori, the Kwara state capital, nightlife was not as delightful or secure as it should be, as residents battled with unlit streets. But today the story is different. Join us. Evil thrives in the cover of darkness as security is compromised. For this reason, in many communities, a lot of people conclude whatever activities they're engaged in much earlier to avoid falling prey to night marauders. For a long time, such was the situation in Ilori, the Kwara state capital. Economic activities ended early. According to these residents, the non-existent street lights meant terror for the residents and frequent accidents.
About 7 years ago, when these street lights were working, when we were passing at night, you need not to use your full light when you are driving. But now, when the street lights are not working, they are mere going on the street, the armed robber can easily attack somebody, and it has caused a lot of accidents when the street lights are not working effectively the way they're supposed to be working.
Driving in the night without street lights has posed a hell on earth for we as motorists in the lorry here.
The state government is not oblivious of the precarious situation the absence of this facility puts them. According to the Director General, Kwara State Public-Private Partnership, some of the constraints are already being reviewed.
We have actually been working on, how to, we call it LUK, Lights of Kwara. Our Lights of Kwara project is divided into two. There is the street light project, and there is the independent power project that we are trying to do. The independent power project will slow it down a bit, but we are working earnestly on the street light project. The issue with street light is not to do them, it is actually the operating and maintaining them.
The recent signing of a 10-year contract to design, operate and maintain 135 kilometers of streets begins with a first phase covering 77 kilometers. $2,288 poles are to be provided across the state, with the state capital Ilori already benefiting from the arrangement. Several streets such as Murtala Mohammed Way, Asa Dam Road, University of Ilori Road and others are now illuminated.
All those darkness that you are seeing, trust me, over the next in the next 6 to 8 months, the whole place will be lit up, and that is the first phase. Second phase, we will now be going to all the major cities. We'll be in Omara, we'll be in Ofa, we'll be in Lafiagi, we'll be in Patigi, we'll be in all those places. We have done all the measurement. Our total measurement is about 135 kilometers. So the phase 1 is 77 kilometers with 2,888 poles that we are doing right now. Once we do that, which is the pilot, we'll see how effective, how efficient it is, then we'll move to phase 2. Phase 2 will cover all those major cities.
With the change in the night outlook of major streets in Ilori, the security situation has greatly improved, as people who hitherto closed shops early can now afford to stay longer in their business premises. Unlike when there was no street light when he had to close early for fear of being attacked, this shop owner believes it has impacted sales.
My income has increased to an extent because at least I have customers who patronize me at night. People are confident, to come out at night to buy, get something that they need, rather than postpone to the next day. So that's the importance, and that's the benefit I got from it.
Olugbenga before now dreads coming to the market at night to buy foodstuff, as it was usually difficult to have a good examination of what was being purchased. The story is different now.
Then, when the street lights were not in place, so many times we will come to the market. Sometimes to see what you are buying, you may have to use your phone touchlight. But, all that is over now. So everyone is happy. It's a win-win situation.
The economic and security benefits of lighting up the street cannot be overemphasized. It is hoped that this effort to illuminate Kwara is sustained and extended to every corner of the state. This will no doubt keep the lives and property of the people safe.